Alright, so I'm back, and today we're going to take a look at a few little guys. These are the Power of the Primes. What are they called? I have no idea. Prime Masters. So yeah. So we get three of them. They're pretty much the same thing, but different molds. So we'll just get these two out of the way. We'll start with him. I'm on Big Bad Toy Store, so because I don't know their names. So this is Vector Prime with the Metal Hawk decoy armor. So the outside is Metal Hawk, the inside is Vector Prime. So so here we've got just a little guy. Shoulders move up and down. And that's it. That's all the posability this figure has. If you pull this gun assembly here off, and you can plug it into his hand, and there he's got a rifle that's way too big for him. And then we can pop that back on. To transform the armor, all you got to do is just flip this up, flip the handle down, and there is a gun. You can see there's a section back here that I believe you can open this up, and this is the actual Vector Prime here. I believe you can probably just pop him in here like this. Yeah. Just like that. Something like that, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, there's little ports there, so you just have to work it in there and like that, I guess. So, yeah. And then if you have like any figure with a 5mm port, you just plug the gun in, and there you go. I think they're just a little too big for Voyagers. I think you'll be okay with a leader class figure holding them. And then the little dude, his arms are on ball joints, so they get the up and down, a little bit of wiggle, head's on a ball joint, hinge, and that's pretty much it. And of course, if you have, say, like one of the feet plates, you can plug these guys in like that. It's a gimmick. I mean, it's not a great gimmick, but it is a gimmick. So that's Vector Prime with the Metal Hawk armor. Let's see here. The next one we'll look at is, set him off to the side, Micronus with Cloudburst decoy. So it's Cloudburst on the outside and Micronus on the inside. So pulling him out, you don't have to have these guys in there to really make this armor work. It's got a little bit of a dead face there because the face kind of shines through, but it's same concept. Just hinge, ball joint, head. These are essentially the same thing as the Headmasters from the Titans Return, only they got this plate on the back instead of the face. So, shoulder, nothing really else. Fold that down, you got big gun, and you can plug the Power Master right into the back. So, looking at the exact same thing, of course you can pull this off, and he can hold this as a ridiculously large gun. So yeah, same old. It's kind of sad to say same old when we're looking at the second mold of this whole line. And here's the third one of the line. So this is the whole set for the first wave. And this is Liege Maximo is the driver, and the core is Skullgrin. But I mean, if you're in the market for a Skullgrin, I'd get the old Generations one that uses the Straxus mold. That thing was awesome. You can flip this up, and he's got the claw claw weapon, which it's kind of ridiculous. Unplug these, and you can plug it into his hand. And yeah, that's really all there is to him. For size comparison, do you guys? I mean, I'm not going to pull this guy out. I mean, it's the same exact gimmick as the other two. I mean, there is nothing different here. Size comparison, here they are with the Legends figure, Voyager, and a Deluxe. So they're little. And I don't know, guys. I mean, let's see here. So Big Bad has them individually for $6 a piece. And for most of them. And then the set's $20 for all three. So, wait. 6, 6, and... Oh, he's 8. 6, 6, and 8. Alright. Retail, I think Walmart and such has them about the $5 range. Some Toys R Us has them about the $10 range, which you can get the 10% off because they're closing sale, so you can get them about $9. I'm just kind of cruising through their line. You know, you got like Bludgeoned. It's just exactly the same thing. I mean, mold is different, but it's the same exact gimmick. So I gotta say, I don't like them. I mean, they're okay-ish, but I mean, take a look at what we got with the Titans Return guys. With the Titans Return guys, we had the Headmasters, and you get all sorts of cool little Headmaster gimmicks. But then they would come like with the little little jet that turns into a car kind of deal. Or like Ape-Face had an ape that would turn into a plane, and then he had the Headmaster, so you'd have an Ape-Face head. You know, yeah, it was disappointing that we didn't get an Ape-Face in the Titans Return line, and that was the closest we're gonna get. But these things, I mean, they're all identical. The whole line's gonna be pretty much the exact same deal. You know, flip this up, and you're in gun mode. Flip this back, you're robot mode. Open the chest up. There's your little guy. I think the overall gimmick of the whole Power of the Primes line is a fail for me. I'm sure some people are going to get a kick out of, you know, plugging your $6 figures into the feet of your $25 figures. I'm sure, but I'm not one of those people. It's not really for me. The Titans Return, again, you know, going back to that, they like the blaster and the Soundwave, like you could fold them out and they would have like a kind of like a base mode that would interact with the little Headmasters. That was a lot more of a fun gimmick to me. You know, like if I was a kid, I would have a blast with that. Now this I wouldn't have a blast with because not much I can do with it. Now, I mean, I can open it up and they can, you know, you can utilize these with the Titans Return guys, but that extra added playability with the Titans Return because they have the Headmaster gimmick. So you could sit there and flip the heads around on the other figures, which was a lot of fun for, you know, which would have been a lot of fun for me as a kid. So put myself in a kid's shoe. This wouldn't be as entertaining to me as the Titans Return Headmasters. This would be, you know, I mean, yeah, and the guns are just too big, really, for Deluxe or Voyager. I mean, it's huge for a Deluxe. You know, it's almost the length of a Deluxe. You know, it's as big as the Legends. So, you know, large Voyagers to or you know, to the leader class figures. You know, that's what you're going to be looking at. But ultimately, I'm not a huge fan of them. A friend sent these over to me, so shout out to him. But which I'm very gracious to have them. You know, I'll put them on the shelf. But ultimately, it's not for me. I'm not going to be buying any more. Although I might pick up the bludgeon just because if I see them around, but I'm not going to hunt for them. I ain't hunting for these things at all. If they pop up, maybe, but overall, nah. So yeah, there you go. There's the Power of the Primes. Prime Master, guys, underwhelming. I think easy pass for me. As far as the line goes, you know, it's kind of a hit or miss with the line. The rest of the line, Legends seem to be decent. Deluxes, some are really good, some are not so good. Voyagers, so far we've gotten one really good Voyager. The other three are meh. And the leader class, I'd say has a good idea, but they're not in scale. So this line is not as good as Titan's Return. I can say that easily. So yeah, there you go.